Really simple camping table modified with 4 USB ports. Welcome back to the channel. Going to modify a table today, a camping table made by a company called Vango, which do a lot of camping equipment. I did a lot of camping years ago when the kids were younger, and I take this now, this table here, I take this a lot of the time. I take this with me when I'm carp fishing. It's got adjustable legs, it's nice and solid, it's nice and light, and it's not overpriced as a lot of camping stuff is. It's not green, but does it really matter? These, I'm going to buy another one actually. These are ideal for sitting inside the bivvy. I had a washout day the other day. If you saw the video, I'll put a link up there. Absolutely washout. Without this table, I would have been stuffed. Put this table in the bivvy, put all my stuff on top of it. Hence, I'm going to buy another one, I think. But I'm going to modify this one. I've decided I'm going to modify this because I was sitting there one evening playing about, and nowadays we take more and more electrical goods with us, as you probably well know. Well, some of us do anyway. It's got a bit mad, it's got a bit out of hand. I had cables going everywhere, power banks going everywhere, sliding everywhere, and I thought, you know what, I'll sit there laying down, having a couple of beers quietly, watching my tablet, waiting for the alarm to go off. And I thought, I fancy modifying a table. I like making bits and bobs, so I thought, I fancy modifying one of these tables. As I said, it's made by Vango, which are a good, if you know anything about camping, they make some good quality gear. Nice and light, nice and cheap, and it's a nice size. Slightly bigger than the carp tables that you get. The carp tables will be a little bit small, and there is a company that make what I'm going to make now. There is a company that makes one already, but I think the battery packs or the power supplies are limited. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I decided to try and tidy it up. I'm going to try and modify this and put, I've done this already, my bar actually behind you, if you watch any of my other videos about my bar, but I'm going to try and modify it and put this desktop grommet hole 4-port USB hub into it, into a hole here. It's 60mm diameter, so basically when you've got a desk, you can take the port out the desk, standard desk, pop that in, plug it into a power bank. I've got a spare power bank here, 20,000 milliamp hour power bank. I've got two. I bought one for my holidays, a newer one, so this is my old one. I'm going to use this to power it, and I've got some Velcro. Got some de-icer there, always come in handy, de-icer. Unfortunately, the reason I've got the de-icer, unfortunately I can't find my hole saw set. So if you take this out of here, 60mm, I think, if all goes to plan, if I draw around this, the idea is to draw around that, drill on the inside of it, and hopefully that will just sit in there and we can glue that in with some super glue. That is the plan. So I want to drill it there. There's no legs, so take out my Sharpie. Don't have to be completely accurate, but I don't want it too near the edge because I don't want to make it too weak. Somewhere like that will do. Somewhere in the middle, I suppose. You could have it to the, you could probably possibly put it to the rear corner, but if you put it to the corner, I thought about this the other day, if you put it to the corner, it hands it. Shall I put it in the corner? If you put it in the corner, I was thinking about it, if you put it in the corner, let's get that out of the way. If you put the USB port in the corner, obviously, when you turn it round, down either side of your bivvy or your bed, or your tent or whatever you're using it for, it's going to be there. If you put it in the middle, it's going to be left or right. It will always be in the middle. If you put it there, yeah, if you put it, for instance, at the corner, when you turn it around, it's at the back or the front. But if you put it in the centre, it'll always be in the centre, if you get what I mean. Put it where you want, basically, but just avoid your legs. All right, so I'm going to draw on this, I think about there, with the Sharpie. So I hope this works, eh? It looks about central, that will do. Unfortunately, they do not give you a template with this because it's designed to go straight in a hole, but I'm hoping that'll be just right. The idea is to drill into that with a small drill and knock it out. I can't find my hole saw set. I think it's around the bungalow project. More videos. So the plan is I'm going to drill a series of holes. I've marked it out around the lid from the de-icer, and I'm going to drill a series of holes. The problem is you can't check if you got it right or not, because you can't get that in. I suppose you could have drilled a bigger hole. The other one I bought from my bar inside had 2 flanges. It came with a small flange and a larger flange. This one hasn't, because the reason I chose this one is because it's the shallowest one I could find. I didn't want it sticking out, protruding out the bottom of the base too much. So I want to take a chance on it. I'll probably end up ruining my table. I've got 2 hole saw sets somewhere hidden away. Can I find them? No. So these tables are so soft, it's almost like cardboard underneath this plastic. You can actually get your drill once you've done your holes and almost grout it out if you're careful. Right. Rip the back side out of that. It is actually cardboard virtually. There you go. So what luck we have. The cable's too long, you might want to adjust the cable. You can unscrew the back or the fault and rewire it, but I'm going to just cable tie it up, put some hot glue on it, pull that in. Actually, that's not too bad. Could have been a bit smaller, a bit snugger. It fits. Now, about there, I reckon. I might have it that direction. Right. I want to put some super glue around that. If we can get this to work. Put plenty on so it'll help seal it as well. And then I'll probably put it there. Leave that to dry. It'll take a little while to dry that because I've not used the activator on that super glue. I think it'll dry eventually, but you're meant to use the activator spray with it and it goes off really, really quick. So I don't need this anymore. You do really need that hole need to be a bit more snugger, I think, because this is like a cardboard, plastic coated cardboard. It's a bit muddy there from the last fishing expedition. Because that's cardboardish type, what's that called? A hardboard type thing with plastic coating on it. It's a bit weak, but that's stuck on there all right. You're probably better off with a 2-part epoxy resin or something. What I might do at the back end of it there, if you see that there, it's sort of come away a little bit at the back. So I might smear some silicone around that in a minute or later on when that's properly cured. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, next step, I'll put all the links below, by the way, on the stuff, bits and pieces I've bought. I mean, you could use this in for other jobs. I was thinking this the other day. I mean, you could put, I know the proper tables you buy have got like little dips in there to put your baiting needles and bits and bobs in it, or your drinks in there. But there's nothing stopping you. I was thinking the other day in Velcroing a rig table. You could get like the little rig tables that you get a Velcro one there. So anyway, what I've bought here, strip of Velcro. I'll put links below to all the stuff that I bought. I've got my old battery pack power bank thing here. I've got 2 of these, as I said earlier. I've got one from my best. This one I'm going to use here. Quite simply, I don't think I need much to hold this, to be honest with you. I might have 2 pieces there and 2 pieces there. So I'll cut a small piece off there. It'll end up being 4, won't it? That'll do. There, piece there and a piece there, I think. That's it. That'll do. Perfect. About the same length. So self-adhesive. These are self-adhesive Velcro. want to cut up a little square there, a little square there. So a power bank there. So this is the back of it. Stick my hands to it. Problem is, you've got so much lead here. I want to wind that up. I was going to hot glue it on here, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to bother doing that at the moment. I'm just going to wind that up and use that little metal, the little tie that came with it, so it's out of the way. And as I said earlier, I might silicone that all around the back of that, so it's nice and solid. It actually looks all right. Not too bad. These are good little tables, these. So let's turn it over. I'll rest it on the something like so. Right. This is where it falls apart. There's 3 screws in the back of this USB port. I'm sure you could, if you wanted to, undo the screws and cut this cable back down. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to, quite simply, in actual fact, it will fit around here out of the way. Try and fold that down. As I say, that port is the shallowest one I could find. If you can find a shallower one, by all means use that. It's not protruding too much. Velcro, you want the soft bit on your battery because you don't want it sticking to everything. So that's going to go probably there like so. Like that. I've got 2 ports here, so let it go like that. I Velcro that's like so, I think there. That's going to get tied up. As I say, what I might do is hot glue that all down out the way, or cut it to length. I'll put 1 piece there. Self-adhesive this is, so right, the plan is right, I want that there. So what I'm going to do, put the 2 pieces of Velcro together, the 2 short pieces of Velcro together. Like so. Remember which way up they are. So you really want the soft bit attached to your battery pack there. Put the other one together, the soft bit. Put them together like so. And the soft bit on your battery pack like so. Right, so basically it's going to go, pretty much it's going to go there, I think. So all you need to do now, take off the backing of that Velcro, take off the backing of that Velcro, sit that in place. That takes about, apparently the Velcro takes about 24 hours to stick fully, to be nice and solid. And there's your battery pack on there. Plug it in. This way, that way. I'll do try and tie this up. So that's glued now and that's Velcroed on. Obviously it's not cured properly, nothing's set properly. The Velcro apparently get a real good adhesion after 24 hours. The super glue I'm not too sure because I didn't use the activator. Now if you really want to stick it properly and seal it, that's the one you want, CT1, but I've run out of that. Clear CT1, that will glue it and seal it and everything. I've run out of that. So what I've got here, I've got some glazed and silicone, fast cure, waterproof, lasts up to 30 years. I'm just going to smear that around the back edge because if you can see there, you'll see where it's broke away slightly because it's a little bit cardboardy. So I want to try and seal that up. So just basically use whatever you've got in your shed. Get rid of that. CT one is the ones it will seal it and glue it at the same time. I'm going to cut this like so. Just smear some of this round. Just want to help it seal a little bit. Keep the water and damp out, but it should. The CT one was the one really. Get that round like so. Right. Wet my finger. Give that a little smear it off just to make it look a bit neater, that's all. Like so. That's all it needs really. So that, my friends, is that. Thank you for watching. I'll tell you what is bloody handy, this Velcro. I'll put a link below. It's actual Velcro, actual proper brand, and it comes in strips. So you got the loop and the cloth bit there and the loop bit there. Cut it off, and then you got the two bits there. So that goes on there. That should. I'm not going to pull that. Well, yeah, there you go. Just pulls off like so. But if you think about it, you can use that for all sorts of things. You can use that for. I was thinking about using, like I say, the rig trays that you get, put the Velcro and that on top of a table or something, for instance. So turn it over. The plan is at a later date to hot glue that sloppy cable. And there you have it. You get one of those little cover things as well, but you don't need that really. You could use that. And you've also got a hold that goes straight through for cables that want to go straight through. So yeah, this Velcro's, I know it's nothing new, but if you want to use it, I'll tell you what, I'm quite pleased with that. I've left it like this because I noticed the other day when you get the small little Bivvy tails that you buy, they're quite expensive, a little bit weak, and they're actually just for sort of sitting next to your Bivvy, or they're for sitting next to your chair when you're fishing, playing about the rigs, etc. I know you've got the dips and dobs in them and stuff like that, but they are quite weak. This is quite a strong little table. The legs are quite nice on this. It's a nice size, and I'll get another one of these. I'll put a link below. They're on Amazon. The Van Gogh, a good make. They've been doing camping stuff for years. Velcro, bloody handy idea. As I said, I come up with the idea the other day of putting a little rig table on there if you wanted to. A couple of pieces of Velcro, stop it sliding about. I'm quite pleased. I like it, if I may say so myself. You might think it's a bit fiddly, a bit waste of money, but most of the stuff I had in the shed, I only bought a couple of bits. I bought the Velcro and I bought the grommet hole. I'll put links below, and the table I've had already, but the table I think on Amazon about 20 quid. Let me get a tape measure. So that's it. As I said before, the CT1 is the stuff you want. You can use that as an adhesive and a glue, and you could also use that as a seal. I'm sure I've used a 60mm hole saw, which I couldn't find today. I'm sure if you use a 60mm hole saw, you get a nice snug fit. You won't get all the breakouts that I got. Maybe if you put some tape underneath to seal it up and then put the hole through after. It did break out a little bit at the back, which I didn't expect. You can see it there. But I've sealed it up. That's not too bad. And that goes in top of me. I mean, this goes at the top of my fishing tackle bag anyway. It fits in nice. Tape measure, it's centimetres, 560mm, 56 centimetres by 34 centimetres. So 560mm by 340mm. And I put that roughly in the middle, just because the legs were there. I could put it left or right. Thing is, you put it there, you can put it there or there. Or you could do two if you wanted to. I'm pleased with that. Let's see if it works. It's plugged into the power bank. The power, as I said, the power bank's stuck on there with the Velcro. But it's a bit. You're probably better off. You want to cut that cable down, or just hot glue it into position. In actual fact, it's sitting there quite nice at the moment. So there you go. Right, let's see if it works. Let's see, this cable's a little bit long actually. The idea is it keeps the trailing cables out of the way. I like this little toe, they're nice little toe, nice height. As I say, if that was green, it would cost you twice as much. So, let's plug the old phone in. You've got 4 ports there. There are some with other different ports with the USB-C in it. This is USB-A, I think, or whatever. There are some with USB-C, but I think it's a bit too deep. This is deep enough. I didn't want to run as deep as this really, but let's plug this in. See if it charges the old phone up. It's a bit long. Longest cable I can find. So there you go, look, plug that in there. That's charging that up. So that's charging. Let's see if it'll do me watch. Try the watch. That's charging. Don't think you can see that, but that's come up. Watch has come up with charging as well, which you should do. You can see that. It's just an extension of the port. As I say, I got one in the bar behind me, and they work great. So it turns 1 port into 4 basically, or 2 ports in the battery into 4. Obviously you need a smaller cable for that, that's a bloody mess, so there you go. That is it. I'll put links below to all the bits and pieces. Happy days. Carp table, camping table, you can buy them off the shelf. I'm not sure what they cost, they're varying prices. And I know that there's a certain company that does a green carpy one, which you can't get hold of at the moment. You can get hold of the table, but you can't get hold of the battery pack or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, it works. That's quite nice and solid. That's solid. That's glued in there solid now. Take that off. Take it off. I say, put your tablet on there. Also, I was thinking, I mean, if you get this Velcro, I'm sure you can come up with some different ideas of what to stick to these tables. You could even Velcro your cup, but I wouldn't trust it, it'd be too bloody powerful. Velcro's bloody good. As I say, maybe one of those small rig tables could be stuck on top there with a couple of pieces. Obviously don't use too much because it's bloody there's quite some stick to get it off. But if you look, that holds the battery on there quite well. It still folds down. Protrudes a little bit, but as I say, put that in your bag like that, that'll be fine. Hopefully. Proof is in the pudding. I'll take it on the bank when I get a chance, but might give you something to do while you're waiting for your, as me, waiting for the club water to open again. It's closed, club water's closed for a month, so we're waiting for that to open. I've got something to show you later, because I've got a little light coming as well that goes into that, so yeah, put my tablet on there, phone, watch, and I've got a little light that plugs in there as well, so a USB light which should look pretty good. So when it gets a little bit darker, I'll bring it all back out and I'll show you what I mean. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe for many more hints, tips, fishing, kayaking, touring, and holidays and camping and whatever. Life of John. Thank you very much for watching. I'll put links below to these bits and pieces. There'll be affiliated links, what are called affiliate links. So if you click through to Amazon, I bought all this from Amazon, but if you click through to Amazon, it costs you absolutely no more than it costs me. But I think you get a couple of pence out of it. It's negligible. I've not had anything off them yet since, but yeah, pretty cool. I'm pleased with it. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe. If you fancy having a little go and you're bored, a little project for you. You're probably better off getting the 60mm hole saw. I don't know where mine is. I think it's around the bungalow project. Other videos to watch if you fancy watching them. I think I've got another set in the shed somewhere. I can't find them. I drilled a load of little holes. It wasn't the best method of cutting the hole out, but I just wanted to get this done and show you guys and girls out there a little idea. It's not just for carp fishing or camping. It's, you know, it could be when you're out and about in your camper van, or you're going to a festival, music festival or something like that, or you might be, you know, using your garden. As I say, I've got that battery pack spare anyway, this one, so thank you for watching. Goodbye.